Episode 3961, Master Your Mental Game.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. I hope you're having a fabulous start to a brand new week. Can you believe it? Yes. Welcome February. Happy Groundhog Day. Did Punxsutawney Phil see his shadow or not? I'm not really sure. Haven't checked, but hopefully regardless of where we are, this snow will stop. I'm done with the frozen tundra. How about you? Well, today though, maybe we can figure this out. Master your mental game. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. So do you really know what's going on? Okay, besides the snow, besides the bitter freezing weather, I mean, if you're on the East Coast, you got hit. If you're in the South, the Mid-South area, you got hit. It's like, where are you not hit? You have to go north where it's supposed to be cold to get warm. I think I was watching something the other day. I think it was college gymnastics. I think they were in Denver and they said it was like 70-some degrees or around 70 degrees. I'm like, how? That's like a heat wave and we should be doing that. But they were doing it. Ridiculous. That's all I got to say. Well, sometimes I think in life we have those ridiculous moments more than we care to admit. We have this playground in our mind. And for a lot of us, we kind of leave it as a playground. We don't want to put in the time to make it what it needs to be, right? To protect our mind, to protect what comes in and what goes out. So you also probably know, besides the frozen tundra happening, and also, I don't know if this is true, but they're saying there's supposed to be something like February 10th through the 20th possibly in the South too. I have no idea, but deep breath. I guess we're in for a ride. All I can say is be prepared. Over the next couple of months, just be prepared. I don't care what Punxsutawney Phil says. I don't care what the weather guy says or the weather woman says. Just be prepared. And with that, guess what? It's Super Bowl week. Yes, it is. Are you ready for some football? Come on, get excited. We've got the Seattle Seahawks playing, of course, against the New England Patriots. Who are you rooting for? What color are you going for? Are you going for the red, white, and blue? Or are you going for the green and white? No, green and blue. Is it green and blue? Seattle Seahawks, don't they have blue in that and a little bit of green? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is what I get for doing this on the fly and not writing that down on my notes. I'm so sorry if you're a Seattle Seahawk fan, but I see them in my head, so I'm almost sure it's something like green and blue. Okay, regardless, you got Sam Darnold, you got Drake May, right? And all the players going for it. Are you prepared for Sunday, right? For the Super Bowl? Do you already have the food prepared? Well, this week is going to be all about the Super Bowl preparation for our mind, body, and spirit, what we're doing. How do we get in the game of life? Because let me ask you this. Have you ever pondered what's your game plan for greatness in life? Have you really sat down? I mean, maybe you dreamt about it in high school, or maybe you took one of those, not even a survey, but I don't even know what you would call it. I took one back in high school. I mean, this was, let's not count how many decades ago this was, but I took it and you could feed in all this information and it would spit out at you what they thought you would be good at when it came to your job, your career. Oddly enough, it actually matched with what I was interested in, the top three, where I was like, okay, this all makes sense. It was all medical, all made sense. It was either human medical or animal medical. So either veterinarian or I was going to be a medical doctor. And I was like, okay, that's me. I knew it. But then I wanted to trickle in there music also. So yeah, I guess I was going to sing to my patients. We'll leave that one for another episode. But, you know, we have these things in our life. And now with AI and everything, who knows what they will come up with next. But you can feed all this stuff in and it's like it spits it back out. Oh, I think you have this. But when do we really sit down? When have we gone back to really analyze, to reflect? Am I living the life that I want to? Maybe I need a career change, not because I have to, but maybe because that's where my heart wants me to go. Maybe that's what God has been preparing me for. Maybe there's a shift for whatever reason, right? Whatever season you're in, there's a shift. And when the pressure mounts, right, and the stakes skyrocket, there's only one thing that separates champions from all the rest. It's their mindset. That means it's your mindset. We can see this in real time, right? By observing athletes, elite athletes. Imagine yourself as one of the Super Bowl quarterbacks, right? Darnold or May. The clock ticking down with a roaring crowd watching your every move. Wow. Your ability to lead in that moment isn't about talent alone. It's not about how many times you threw the football. It's about how you went out to master the mental game. How are you mastering your mental game? That mindset that may need to come up as in to keep you calm, strategic, yet decisive under pressure. It's a muscle you can train and you can strengthen it every day. But do you? I mean, think about it. Staying calm when the noise is deafening, thinking strategically when every second counts, and making decisive moves when hesitation could cost everything. Oh, my friend, that's not luck. That's not just throwing the Hail Mary. That's training a mindset like a muscle. It's putting in the reps. It takes dedication. It takes intentionality. It takes reading. It takes breathing. It takes rest. It takes you. You saying yes, yes to your miles of greatness. But here's a challenge. What's your game plan for greatness? Not sometime down the road, not I'm going to put it on the back burner, but right now, to create your now. What is it? If you're tired of chaos driving your decisions and you want to lead yourself like a pro in your own arena, you must master your mental game. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. Master your mental game. And that means it all starts in the mind, with the mind. You have got to control what you let into your mind, what you hang out within your mind, and where you let your mind wander. And honestly, I don't think most of us are doing that. How long are you spending on your phones? Not to talk to people or to send people an important text, whether it's your family, okay, or maybe some colleagues. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I'm not talking about just jibber jabber or you're responding to a sale and you got the text message. I'm not saying that. I'm saying something that actually matters and counts. Okay, something relational. I don't think we're doing much of that. But we are sitting with our phones and we're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And guess what? We got our kiddos looking over our shoulders regardless of their ages. And if they're old enough to be able to afford their own phones or not, they have a phone in their hand or they're taking yours. It's really scary when my grandbabies are trying to get my phone. I'm like, no. This is grandma's, not yours. You don't need it. And we can go play. I do my best to keep us away from all of that stuff as much as possible. Now, I will say that they have their time that they're allowed to be on electronics. But let me tell you, it's not all day. They're not watching TV now. We'll be watching the Super Bowl. Yes, we'll be watching the Olympics. And yes, we watch the tennis. Did you see the Australian Open? Oh, my goodness. Just so sidebar here. I mean, we're talking Super Bowl, but I got to give a sidebar here. Congratulations to Alcaraz. Way to go. You completed a career slam. That's awesome. And Djokovic, he played amazing. And to think that he was in the 11th final for a championship at the Australian Open. I believe that was right. And then congratulations to Sabalenka. She lost, but Rybakina came in and won. Only her second major. You know, I think about tennis and I also think about the quarterbacks. And let me tell you, they've got to master their mental game in order to be successful. Because if not, you fall and you fall fast. And it's great if you're just playing 2 to 6 hours worth of a game, right? But when you're in the game of life, you don't get just 2 or 6 hours. You're on it 24/7, 365 and 366 if you got a leap year. That means you've got to be on the ball all the time. And that can be exhausting. But let me tell you, it's the most important thing you can do. Because otherwise, who's going to change your mind? Who's going to influence all your decisions? If you're not doing it, let me tell you, anybody else who can have the mapping mind power over you is going to take control. And sometimes maybe that's a good thing. We'll just leave it at that. And we could go into 20,000 different scenarios, but we don't have time for that. We've got to think about your Super Bowl, the mental game that you need to be playing every single day. So what does it look like in your everyday? Number one, own your mindset daily. It's truly like training muscles. Sharpening your mental strength takes intention every single day. And that means carving out time to center yourself. And that's centering, however you want to define it. Maybe it's grounding your feet in the earth, literally. But right now it's kind of cold outside, so I would not recommend being barefoot outside in the freezing temperatures. That would be a definition, in my opinion, of stupidity. Not a good idea, right? Right. So maybe our centering during the winter maybe looks different than centering in the spring, the summer, and the fall, right? So maybe you go to, instead of grounding yourself feet on the ground, literally, maybe you go through journaling. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's literally working out. Maybe it's simply reviewing your goals before diving into the day. Maybe it's reading the Bible. Maybe it's having prayer time. Maybe it's hanging out with your mastermind group once a week. And it's like, okay, this is what, but remember, that's once a week. What do you do daily? Maybe you take what you meet with on a weekly basis and then figure out how it looks like in your daily basis. Build a habit of noticing when fear, doubt, or distractions creep in, because they're going to, and practice switching gears quickly. You see, it's very interesting when you have the moment to analyze, okay? Not to be a commentator, but to sit back. And you can watch it with any sport, honestly. But I'm going to tell you right now, tennis is awesome to watch that, because you can see it change literally like flipping a light switch. You can see people when they are spot on, or when all of a sudden you're like, whoa, they just turned the lights out. Like, what's happening? They go down and they go fast. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoop, there's a change. Rybakina, when she was playing Sabalenka, oh my goodness, on the third set, so they were tied 6-4. Rybakina took the first set. Second set, Sabalenka took it 6-4. Third set, Sabalenka broke her. It was 3-love. Okay, you only have to have 6 games, by the way, to win that particular set. You need the best of 3 sets for women. So one of them was going to win on this third set. But Rybakina had to come back from being down. And guess what? She did. And it was amazing. I've watched it like 3 times, just that last set. And I watched how it was amazing to me how you could see that when her coach said, you need to get more energy. It was like the word more energy. That's all she needed. Bring in the more energy. And that moment, it elevated her game. And she had just enough. She took advantage when Sabalenka just let it go just enough. And there it was. She took home the Australian Open Championship for women. What is it for you? Where can you own your mindset daily? I mean, maybe you need to write something down on your mirror every single day. Maybe you need to have something in the bathroom. Okay. Where do you visit every single day? That's why I talk about the bathroom all the time. You're always going to the bathroom. You eat too. So you've got a refrigerator and a bathroom. You pick. And maybe you drive. So put it in your car. Between those 3 places, you're going to have something pop up in front of you, right? Because you're there every single day. So put something there to remind you, okay, I've got to own my mind. I have to own and master my mental game. What does that look like? And every day could be different. Maybe it's a season of life that you're going to put up a Bible verse because that's what you need. Maybe it's a weekly thing, but figure it out. Take time to reflect and figure it out. Because if not, somebody else is going to steal your world. And maybe somebody's already doing it now. But you can take it back. You get to take back your mind. Nobody owns your mind. Nobody. So own your mindset daily. Number 2, craft clear, non-negotiable priorities. Greatness isn't about doing more. It's about focusing fiercely on what moves the needle. What do you need to get to in this season? What's the priority? And you can't have 12 of them. I know I have 35. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. There are days that I feel like I literally have 35 priorities that I cannot give up any of them, but I do. If I go back and reflect over that day, there's really only 3. Now, that doesn't mean there aren't a few sprinkles here and there of some littler priorities, but they're not the big, gigantic ones. So get crystal clear on a few things that genuinely matter in your life. And that moment in time, create your now, that moment. If you're at a conference, it's going to look different in that moment. If you're at home with your babies, it's going to look different in that moment. So be sure you're specific and you're clear on the now that you're working in, right? Because when decisions come at warp speed, and they do, these priorities become your playbook. You can immediately go to them. You know that yes, I don't have to waste my energy and there's no confusion. It's play 1, 2, and 3. I got this. You take a deep breath and you move on. You play it out and yes, score! And the crowd goes wild. So craft those clear, non-negotiable priorities. And then finally, number 3, visualize the win. Own the process. Imagine that winning moment in vivid detail. That breakthrough call, the sold out launch, whatever it is, the hard-earned celebration. But don't stop there. That's all good. That's all fine and dandy, right? Alcaraz got his trophy. Career slam. But let me tell you, if he let his mind slip on that 4th set that he was playing against Djokovic, I guarantee you he would not have won the trophy. Because Djokovic is like, you waver in your mind and I will beat you. And I've seen it every single time. But Alcaraz was not one who was going to linger in the moment of, I cannot wait to hold that trophy. You can't live there. But you can for a moment when you're visualizing it. But in the moment, it looks different. You got to be on point, right? But you can't stop there. Own the grind. Own the grind that it takes to get you there. You got to put in the reps. The Seattle Seahawks, the New England Patriots. These last basically 2 weeks, not quite exactly that, but roughly, because they go and they have to do, they're working, for really a week to get stuff done. They have a second week, but then they've got a lot of press and media and everything that they do and just all the hoopla that comes with being in the Super Bowl, right? And so that takes away from some practice time. Not a lot, but it is a little different. And so as you are ramping up and doing what you need to do, you've got to understand that you've got to own the grind before you even get to the full win. And then you wonder why you say, I have no words. Because your focus was where it was supposed to be. That mental rehearsal primes your brain for success and instills a confidence to take massive action without hesitation. If you turn the head the wrong way and you got Darnold or May thrown at you, you're going to miss the ball if you're not paying attention. That's what it is when it comes to your mindset. You blink and you miss. Remember, success isn't a lightning strike or a lucky break. It's the result of mastering your mind to lead your life. And I believe that is how you create your now, walking every day God's way. And it's a result of mastering it, right? So what does that look like for you? Maybe you've strayed a little bit. No judgment here at all. Maybe you need to get back, get more connected to your Heavenly Father. And say, you know what, I did all of this great, but man, there's something missing over here. And I need to put the two of them together. Great, focus on that. Because when you connect what's in your head with what's in your heart, your actions align and greatness becomes inevitable. Blessings overflow. I'm not saying you're going to get everything you want, but you're definitely going to have a smile on your face and in your heart. So what's your next move? When you look at the Super Bowl game for you, we're talking about your life, not Sam Darnold, not Drake May. They put in the mental work because if they don't, they're going to be beaten before they even set foot on the field. So you've got to do the same. What's your next move? Don't just react to the chaos this week. I've already had about 5 things come up already. And we're not even into the full week yet. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But I'm not going to be derailed. I'm not going to react to the chaos. I'm going to get into the driver's seat. I'm going to own my mind, and I'm going to lead like a champion. And you're going to do the same. Step into the driver's seat of your mindset and lead like the champion you are and the better champion you're becoming. It's about who you are and who you are becoming. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness, and it's your greatness journey that you're on. And no, it's not going to be easy, but it is going to be a beautiful journey. And you get to take it one step at a time. So really think today, dig deep, be that Super Bowl champion, and answer this question. What mindset muscle will you train today? Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.